The Endless mode in TDX is probably my favorite game mode right now, besides Nightmare, because in Endless you can try to push each tower to their very limits. But of course, with Endless being a very long but also pretty difficult mode, it really makes you wonder what's the cheapest loadout that can solo Wave 200. That's the question we're gonna answer in this series of videos today. I prepared 3 different loadouts to see how far they'd come in Endless. It is a bit difficult to compare the Crystal and Gold towers, so that's why I'm gonna lay out some rules. Gold and Crystal towers both have different point values, so 1 gold for a tower cost equals 1 point and 1 crystal equals 10 points. Event towers are not allowed, power-ups nor rewinds are allowed, the map will always be one of these 3, and the loadout with the least amount of points needed is the winner for that part of the series. So if you want your loadout idea to be in the next video, just leave it in the comments, and if there are enough suggestions, the next part will only consist of your loadouts. So without further ado, let's get straight to the first loadout. Starting off with the first loadout, we got Railgunner as the boss killer, and Toxinator for the debuffs plus early game, EDJ for obvious reasons. Cryoblaster for a bit of stall, Scout Heli to reveal stealth for the railgunners, and lastly artillery for big splash damage. Now, how do y'all think this first round went? Well, terrible! The first 49 waves were pretty easy, as Toxinator and Scout Heli for the early game were a really good idea, and then I placed some railgunners, artilleries, and buffed them all up with EDJ. So far so good, but then suddenly... I'm sorry, but what exactly did I just die to? Oh, that makes sense. Now you might say, why didn't you just place down some artilleries, you moron? Well, guess what? They are all dead! And I'm basically homeless! So yeah, I died to Eradicator MK4 summons. And because he shot my artilleries with his artillery. Wow. You deserve a clap from the audience for this one. This was quite surprising. This loadout in total is worth 44,450 points. Alright, so this was a pretty big disaster. Let's just you know, move on to the next one. Even though I only replaced like 2 towers, let me just explain them real quick. Shield tower, so something like this doesn't happen again, and mobster, so something like this doesn't happen again. So did that work out any better? I mean, spoiler alarm, it didn't scratch the wave 200 mark, but still, wave 99 is definitely an improvement. Now, how did I die this time? Yep, I died to the Eradidogs because they are way too fast and my damage wasn't nearly high enough to deal with them. So this loadout worked out a lot better. Mainly because of shield tower giving a lot of extra health to every other tower and therefore towers not dying so often. So yeah, this worked out pretty well. Now let's just move on to the next one. This loadout in total is worth 77,200 points. I'm gonna keep this short. It didn't really change a lot. I only changed the artillery and the railgunner to Golden Juggernaut and XWM turrets. So I had a lot more DPS. Not enough though. I still died on wave 103. Something a bit embarrassing happened in this endless run though. I kinda went AFK for the last 20 waves. But I'm sure it wouldn't have mattered that much, right? Yeah, so we'll just ignore that and say that was a good wave 103 clear. But wait, how did I die? Wait, no way. He's done it again! Well, not him exactly. It was just his summons again. Maybe artillery could have worked better this time, but who cares? That's a word for another day. This loadout's total worth is a whopping 170,450 points. So now that we looked at every single loadout, we can now determine the winner of today's episode. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it's... okay, drum roll please. It's loadout 3. I mean, it wasn't the cheapest one, but it did manage to get the furthest, so yeah. To end this video off, I'm just gonna say the second loadout was definitely the most fun one. The third one was, yeah, it did manage to reach the furthest, but it was obvious because it was the most expensive one. But let me know down below if you got like, you know, better loadouts. But yeah, bye, like and sub.